There's something you've watched your entire life and never once questioned. Nobody questions the ribbon. And that's exactly what bothers me. Think about it. We live in a world where people argue about everything. But a grown adult standing outside a building holding scissors the size of a toddler? Nobody questions it. We just clap. So today we're doing something nobody has ever done. We're asking her directly. Were you always just decoration, or were you always something more? Let's hear it from herself. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the ribbon. The floor is yours.
They call me ceremonial. I love that word. People use it when they want to say something matters without admitting they don't know why it matters. Here's why I matter. Go back to medieval Europe. A lord builds something, a mill, a bridge, or a market. And before anyone steps inside, he stretches a rope across the entrance. Not as a welcome, as a warning. That rope said, "This is mine. You don't cross without my permission." It was a physical property claim. And it held until he decided otherwise. Now, here's the part that flips everything. When the Lord was ready to open that space to the public, he didn't just unlock a door. He had to make it official, in front of witnesses. Because in that era, a verbal "it's open now" meant nothing. You needed a gesture, something physical, something everyone could see and remember. So he cut the rope. And that single act, in front of the crowd, on record, was him formally releasing his claim, saying, "I am severing my private hold on this space. It belongs to the public now." The cutting wasn't the celebration. The cutting was the transfer. That's the thing everyone gets backwards. I am not marking the beginning of something. I'm marking the end of a restriction. The lock isn't opening. The lock is being destroyed.
Now, people love to say this whole thing started in 1898. Barnum and Bailey, new circus venue in Galveston, Texas, first recorded modern ribbon cutting. And sure, that's when it became a spectacle. But Barnum didn't invent the logic. He borrowed a symbol that people already understood in their bones, because the roots go much deeper. The Romans had a ritual called dedicatio, the formal handover of a private space to the public. It involved a physical threshold, witnesses, and an official act of severance. It was a legal ceremony. I am just what that ritual became over centuries. Cleaner, more visual, easier to photograph. But the meaning never changed. So let me tell you what's actually happening at every single one of these ceremonies. Before I go up, the building is still, in a symbolic sense, closed to you. The construction, the ownership, the deed, all of it private. I am the final marker of that boundary, the last line. When the scissors come out, that's not a photo opportunity. That's a public declaration, a promise, a 1,000-year-old gesture that says what was restricted is now yours. The boundary has been cut. You may enter. And here's the strange part. The crowd always claps, every time, without knowing why. But they feel it. Something in us recognizes that we just received something, that a restriction just ended, that a door, not just literally, but legally, historically, symbolically, just opened. We just forgot where that feeling came from.
Okay, wow. I genuinely thought this was a nice moment for the cameras. Someone invented it to make openings look important. That's it. But a 1,000-year-old property transfer? A medieval lord releasing his legal claim in front of witnesses? That's what I've been clapping for my entire life. I can't unsee this now. And maybe you are also going to question it forever. So welcome. This is Whysdomia, where ordinary things get the stories they deserve. If this made you look twice at something you use every day, subscribe and stay curious. Because once you start asking why, the world becomes a lot more interesting.